Hello Year 2, how are you? And welcome to today's phonics lesson. Now, before we start our learning for today, we're going to do Are You Ready? But there's a slight difference this time. I'm going to stop you on different sounds and we're going to talk about them, okay? So, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, let's stop there, Year 2. Can you remember what sound this grapheme makes? Yes, that's right. It makes two different sounds, doesn't it? It can make an oo sound, like in the word glue, oo, glue, and it can make a u sound in words like venue, u, venue. Okay, let's carry on. Oh, let's stop here again, Year 2. What sound does this grapheme make? Yes, that's right. It makes an or sound, like in pour, or, pour, or in dawn, or, dawn. Okay, last few sounds now. Brilliant, Year 2. You really do know your sounds, don't you? I could hear you all the way from here again. Now, last week we learned about the suffix est. Now, can you remember what a suffix is? Yes, that's right. It's when you add a letter or a group of letters to the end of the word and it changes the word slightly and it can change its meaning. So last week we looked at the suffix est and how it could change adjectives into superlative adjectives. Now there are a couple of spelling rules, weren't there, for adding the suffix est, but can you remember them? Well, we've got a retrieval activity here to find out what you can remember. So there are 5 adjectives and you need to change them into superlative adjectives. Okay, so pause the video now and have a go. Okay, Year 2, let's see how you got on. So the first one, the adjective hungry. Now, what do you notice about this word? Yes, that's right, it ends in a Y, doesn't it? Now, what did we do when we changed adjectives that end in a Y to superlative adjectives? Yes, that's right, we changed the Y for an I before we added the suffix est. So hungry would change to hungriest. Can you see? I've changed the Y to an I before I've added the suffix est. Okay, number 2, what do you realise about this word? Yes, that's right, it ends in an E, pale. Now, what did we do to adjectives that ended in an E? Yes, that's right, we got rid of the E, we dropped the E, and then we added the suffix est to get palest. Now, what about 3, red? What do we notice about this adjective? Well, it ends in a consonant, doesn't it? And what's before it? Oh, there you go, there's a vowel. Remember our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So we have a consonant and a vowel in front of it. Let's just check the letter in front of that. It's an R, which is a consonant. So there isn't a vowel digraph when 2 vowels come together to make one sound. It is only a single vowel sound. So we have a word ending in a consonant with a single vowel sound before it. So therefore, we need to double the consonant to make reddest. Okay, what about exciting? What do you notice? Yes, we need to check the syllables, don't we? Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, exciting. Oh, it has 3 syllables. So that means we need to change it to most exciting. So we add most in front of the adjective instead of adding the suffix est. Now the last word, does it small? Does it end in a Y? No, it doesn't, does it? Does it end in an E? No, it doesn't end in an E either. Does it end in a consonant and a single vowel? No, it ends in 2 consonants. They've got 2 L's at the end. And has it got more has it got more syllables? Sorry. Let's try. 3, 2, 1, small. Oh, no, only 1. So what do we do then? Yes, that's right. We don't have to change it at all. We can just add the suffix est to make smallest. So let's just recap on the rules again. So if the word is more than 1 syllable, we add most in front of rather than the suffix est at the end. If a word ends in y, like hungry, you change the y to an I and then add the suffix est. Number 3, if a word ends in an e, you drop the e before you add the suffix est. And number 4, if a word ends in a single vowel and a consonant, you double the consonant like in red, change to redis with 2 Ds before adding the suffix est. Okay, now today, well, this week, we're going to be learning about a new suffix, which is the suffix er. Now, we added the suffix est to change adjectives into superlative adjectives. I wonder what we can do with the suffix er. Well, there are 2 different things we can do with the suffix er, and today we're going to learn about one of them. So with the suffix er, you can change a verb. Now, verbs are words like jog, run, we have fly, we can have swim, okay? How many different verbs can you think of? Pause the video now and have a little think. Okay, Yeti, did you think of any other verbs? Well, yes, you can have drive, you can have walk, you can have write, you can have ski, okay? There's lots of different verbs. They all describe what's happening, what the person's doing. And we can change these to a noun. So remember, a noun is an object or a thing like computer or lamp or door. Pause the video and how many nouns can you think of? Okay, did you think of some more nouns? So we have wall, we have table, window, floor, lots of different nouns. So here we have the verb to teach, okay? That's what I do, I teach. And teach, which is a verb, is our base word. So it's the word that we start with before we add our suffix. Now, if you see there, I've then got an arrow to the next word. Now, this is my noun where I've added the suffix er to the end. Now, I haven't had to change anything in this word because it doesn't end in a y, doesn't end in an e, doesn't end in a consonant and a single vowel sound. So it doesn't need to follow any of our rules. We just have to add the suffix er on the end to make teacher, which is what I am. And teacher is a noun. Okay, so we've gone from the verb to teach to teacher by adding the suffix er. And yes, adding the suffix er follows the same rules as adding the suffix est. So here we have got some more verbs. Okay, we've got learn, we've got stick, we've got read, we've got climb, and we've got cook. Now, these are just adding the suffix, okay? As you can see, none of them end in a Y, none of them end in a consonant with a single vowel sound in front of it, and none of them end in an E. So you just need to add the suffix er, okay? So pause the video now and have a go at changing these verbs into nouns. Okay, let's see how you got on. So the first one, to learn. Now, if we add the suffix er on the end, we get learner. So we've gone from the verb learn to the noun learner. What about stick? So if you stick something on something, then you put it on there. What is the noun? Yes, that's right. We add the suffix er to make sticker. Okay, what about read? Well, read is a verb. It's what you do. Can you change that into a noun? Yes, you can by adding the suffix er to make reader. Now, why didn't I have to double the consonant here? Yes, that's right. Even though there's a vowel in front of the consonant D, there is a vowel in front of the A as well. So that is a vowel digraph, our vowel digraph E. So therefore, we don't have to double the consonant. Now, then we have the verb to climb. Can we change that into a noun? Yes, we can. From climb to climber. So that person is a climber. That is our noun. Now, we've got the verb to cook. Can we change that into a noun? Well, yes, we can. We can have cooker. Now, why didn't I double the consonant K? Yes, that's right. It's because it's got a vowel digraph before it, like oo or Okay, that's our sound. Now, this suffix, as I said, the suffix er follows the same rules as the suffix est. So what I'd like you to do in a minute, we're going to do the first one together, but after that, I'd like you to change these verbs to nouns by adding the suffix er. So let's do the first one together. We've got jog, j-o-g. Now, what do you notice about this word? Yes, that's right, it ends in a consonant, doesn't it? Let's look at the letter before it. Oh, we've got a vowel. Let's check the letter before that to check it's not a vowel digraph. Oh, no, it's not a vowel digraph because before that, that's a J. So what do we need to do? Yes, that's right. We have to double the consonant to make jogger. Okay, so we've doubled the G before adding the suffix er to make our noun. So can you pause the video now and have a go at changing these different verbs into nouns? Okay, let's see how you got on. So right, what do you notice about this? Yes, it ends in an E, doesn't it? So therefore, we need to drop the E before we add the suffix er to make writer. Okay, next one, we've got drum. What do you notice about this one? Well, it ends in a consonant, doesn't it? Let's check the letter before the consonant. Oh, it's a vowel, remember? A, E, I, O, and U. We've got a U. Let's just check the letter before to check it's not a vowel digraph. Oh, no, it's not a vowel digraph because we've got an R. Therefore, what do we need to do if it ends in a consonant and then it's got a single vowel sound before it? Yes, that's right. We have to double the consonant to make drummer. There we go. Now carry, the verb carry, to carry something. Well, it ends in a Y, doesn't it? So what do we do if a word ends in a Y? Yes, we change the Y to an I before adding the suffix. So there you go, we've got carrier. We've changed the Y to an I and then added the suffix er, which is our noun, carrier. Now, what about the last one? To time something. What would you do with that? Yes, that's right, it ends in an E. So we need to get rid of the E before adding our suffix er to make timer. Fantastic. Well done if you got those right. And it's really easy, isn't it? Because it follows the same rules as the suffix s, which is very handy. Because if we can remember the rules for the suffix s, we can apply them to our suffix er. So this is what your worksheet looks like. And this is Year 2 Phonics, 18th of January resource, okay? Now, this is a crossword. So it has different clues and it tells you where you need to fill in the word. So let's do the first one together. Well, if you look under a cross, we have 4, okay? It says, I dance. So dance is the verb. I am a, and we need to change dance into a noun. Okay, now, what do you notice about the word dance? Yes, that's right. It ends in an E, doesn't it? So therefore, we need to get rid of the E before we add the suffix er, because otherwise we'd have 2 E's and that wouldn't look right. So it needs to get rid of the E before we add the suffix er. And then it says 4 across. So we need to find number 4 on our crossword. Can you see it there? And it's going across, isn't it? It's not going down, it's going across. So what are we going to write there? Yes, we're going to write dancer. Now, you've got to make sure you get all of these right, or they won't fit into the crossword, okay? So take your time on this. Remember the rules. If it ends in a Y, change the Y to an I before adding the suffix er. If it ends in an E, you drop the E and add the suffix er. If it ends in a consonant and a single vowel sound, then you have to double the consonant. But if it doesn't follow any of these rules, then you just add the suffix er, okay? So see if you can fill out the crossword. Now, Year 2, have a brilliant rest of your day, and I'm looking forward to our next phonics lesson, where we're going to be looking at what else we can do by adding the suffix er. Fantastic, Year 2. Bye.